What if I told you that one of the most influential artists of the last century is hiding in plain sight all over Washington, D.C.? Not because he ever lived here, not because he painted the city, but because his ideas became so powerful that they escaped the museum and entered everyday life. His name was Piet Mondrian. And once you begin looking for Mondrian, you start seeing him everywhere. Mondrian was a Dutch painter and one of the leading figures behind the art movement known as the Stijl. Founded in the Netherlands in 1917, the Stijl sought to reduce art to its most essential elements: straight lines, right angles, and primary colors. Red, blue, yellow, white. No unnecessary decoration, no distractions, just balance and order. At first glance, Mondrian's paintings appear simple: few lines, few squares, few colors. But those simple ideas will go on to influence architecture, furniture, fashion, graphic design, public spaces, and even transportation systems all around the world. Take a look at the London Line. While the trains themselves weren't designed by Mondrian, the bold colors, geometric organization, and the visual clarity feels surprisingly familiar. The same modernist ideas that shaped Mondrian's work helped shape the design language of the 20th century. And that's what brings us here today. We're going to see if we can find Mondrian here in Washington, D.C. Our search begins beneath a bridge, not inside a museum, not inside a gallery, under a bridge.
At this juncture, there's a bridge right there that holds some recreated Mondrian apartments. They're beautiful. Mondrian apartments. Come here to check this. We start our journey from here, all the way to the other Mondrian city. We visit an apartment building that's actually called the Mondrian. Then we go to actually see a real Mondrian at the National Gallery of Art. Let's go.
Hidden in plain sight is a colorful public artwork inspired by Mondrian's iconic style. Large blocks of color separated by black lines. The kind of artwork thousands of people walk past without ever knowing where the inspiration came from. Yet, for anyone familiar with Mondrian, the connection is impossible to miss. And that's the fascinating thing about influence. Sometimes it becomes so common that people forget where it started. From here, we continue our search through the city. Our next stop takes us to an inspired installation in the Sculpture Gardens. Once again, the familiar language appears. Lines, geometry, color, balance. The closer you look, the more you realize that Mondrian wasn't creating paintings. He was creating a visual language, one that designers, architects, and art artists continue to speak decades after his death. As we continue moving through Washington, our search takes us to an unexpected turn, because the next stop isn't a museum, it's an apartment building, the Mondrian. Think about that for a minute. How many artists become so influential that people are still naming buildings after them nearly a century later?
Piet Mondrian have also inspired buildings like this, named the Mondrian Apartments, building in Washington.
Inside and around the property, references to Mondrian's work can be found throughout the design. His visual identity has become part of the building itself. People don't just admire Mondrian here, they live with him. And that's when it hits you. Mondrian isn't confined to museums. His ideas escaped long ago. They are part of a modern world. But eventually, every search has to return to the source. And for that, we head to the Hirshhorn Museum. For most of this journey, we've been looking at Mondrian's influence. Here, for the first time, we are looking at Mondrian himself. Composition with blue and yellow, painted in 1935. An authentic Piet Mondrian standing in front of the real thing feels different. The reproductions, the murals, the installations, the apartment buildings, suddenly they all lead us back to this moment. Every line feels deliberate. Every color feels earned. Every empty space has a purpose. This isn't simplicity. This is precision. And while one authentic Mondrian will be enough for most cities, Washington, D.C. has another surprise waiting for us. Our final stop is the National Gallery of Art. Here we encounter another original work by the artist whose vision helped redefine modern art.
Oh, hey, hi. We're the National Art Gallery, and I'm going to show you the works of art in.
By this point, something has changed. When we began this journey, Mondrian was a name, then he became a style, then an influence, and finally a person. A painter whose ideas traveled far beyond the canvas, from Amsterdam to London, from museums to apartment buildings, from public art beneath a bridge to some of America's most important art collections. More than 80 years ago, after his death, Piet Mondrian continues to influence the way we design cities, buildings, public spaces, products, and the environments we inhabit every day. And perhaps that's the true measure of greatness. Not that people remember your name, but that your ideas become so woven into everyday life that people encounter them without even realizing it. Because once you begin looking for Mondrian, you start seeing him everywhere. And today, that's exactly what we did.